Hey, Ellen.
Dressed nice and warm, huh? It's
Cold out, man.
I know it's cold out, right? Yeah.
I'm cold today.
Me too. Me too. Yep. Wait for the weather to turn.
What?
Waiting for the weather to turn.
Still the winter.
Yeah.
Hope we get some rain. What can I tell you?
I know. Yeah, that's for sure. Chafaf.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Get ready. Next one is Yovamas. That's the mother of all Gemoras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Where is everybody? We have the right time, 8 o'clock?
Looks like it. That's what Mike Watch says so. I didn't look at the Zoom to see if the WhatsApp, is there change plans, Did he change plans? Did you look at Zoom yet today?
I don't see anything changing.
Oh, okay.
Check again. Daf Yomi, Ernie Agustin. Oh, Mario, see what's up.
What you
Okay,
find out?
let's see what's up with Ernie.
Well, thank you.
There we go. Hey, Doc.
Hi, everybody.
Long Daf. At least Amud Aleph.
Avav 26. You have a craftsman who makes earthenware kalim. He sold them. And he's
Ernie, are you close enough to the phone? For some reason, I can't hear you much.
okay. Let me see what's going on here.
Alan, can you hear?
My
I can hear.
volume is good.
Yeah, I can hear.
Alan, you can hear fine?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I'm going to hang up and get back on.
Okay. Kenny, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, now it works.
Okay,
Sorry
good.
about that.
So if he's between Modi'im and Yushalayim, then it's Tohar, like the Mishnah said. Time of the Lifnim and Modi'im. But if he was Modi'im Gufa Lo Me'emen, maybe in Modi'im, you would not believe it. Ema Seifa. Yotza, if he leaves outside of Modi'im, Eno Neman, which implies HaModi'im Gufa Neman. So this you can't learn from this brisa because it's internally contradictory. And Allah Shema Mino. So kan bekeder yotzev chaver nichnas, like we said. The kedar is coming in, the chaver is coming in. The kedar is leaving, the chaver is coming in. He's believed. Kan b'shneim yotzim or shneim nichnosim. Then we say necessarily that they're not believed. Shema Mino. Tana. Ne'amanu b'kli cheres hadakin lakodesh. Small klicheres, we believe them that that's Torah. It's got to be small enough that you can carry with one hand. Even if it's big, you have to use two hands. They have to be empty to be believed. Low. Even if the corner of his garment was stuck in the kli, where you might think that it's a reason not to believe him. But the Chacham were not goyzer. But the liquids inside the jugs, that the Chachamim did not remove the tumah, it's tamei. Valti tamei shrei lagin mali mashkin lagin tmein tumah shivu mashkin tohirin. Don't be surprised, because when you have a kli that was within another kli in an oil mace, and it's closed, so the mashkin remained tohor inside, but the kad remains tamei. So vice versa, if you're going to Yerushalayim, we say, and you have a vessel with a beverage in it, the mashkin are tamei, but the lagin are tohor. Mishnah. Hagaboim shenichnasu sechabayis. You have tax collectors who come into your house for the government. Most of them were amei aretz. So we assume that they touched other things in your house. You have thieves that want to become Baal Tshuva, so they return the things they stole. They're believed to say, you know what, we didn't touch these other kelim in the house, and they remain Torah. In Jerusalem, these people are Neman al Kodesh. And during Yontif, they're believed to say, "Oh, we didn't touch these things in relationship to Truma." If the tax collectors burst into your house, Abayis kulotome, we assume that they touched everything inside and it's tummy. If there was a goy with them, so they would, because they want to impress the goy, they act as if they're doing a very complete inventory. Therefore, we assume that they touched everything. And that which we said that when the tax collectors come in, it's Torah, that's when there's no goy with them. There's not. They're believed to say we didn't go into your house. They're not believed if they say, "Oh yeah, we went into the house, we didn't touch anything." Because since a goy was with them, we assume they're going to sort of show off for the goy and touch everything. Why should having a goy with them make a difference? They're fearful of him, that maybe the goy will report them to the king. And the Jews are going to think that the goy is going to think that they didn't do a very active check. Others say no, the reason, different svaras, either the goy is, they're afraid of him or they're afraid of the king. Nafkamina between the two svaras would be if you have a nochri that's not really that important. There would be no ema, so there would be no svar to say that they touched everything. But according to Shita Emes Malchus, there's Emes Malchus even if the nochri is Eina Chashuv. The Ganovim that returned Kelim Verminu, Ganovim shenichnasu zachabayis, Ganovim that came into a house, Eina Tomei L'Malkom Drisas Ragle Ganovim. The only thing that's Tomei is where they walked. Amar Pinchas was made Rav Kishasu Tshuva. In the Mishnah is talking about the reason why they're Naaman, that they didn't touch anything, we're talking about they did Tshuva. They kanami diktani shchezir sakelim. Well, if they're coming to return the kelim, it's clear that they did Tshuva. Shmani no. Then we said that the tax collectors and the Ganovim are believed in Yerushalayim regarding Hegdish. Even large vessels. For Hegdish, they're believed. They wanted to keep Yerushalayim pollution free, so they didn't have blacksmiths there, furnaces. So they have to bring all these kelim from outside of Yerushalayim. So they didn't make gzeiras, they were lenient. Otherwise, they wouldn't have these kelim. During Yontif, it's even for Truma. Vayasef kol ish Yisrael el ha'ir ki ish echad chaveri. Everybody's considered a chaver. Akasav asan kol chaverim man yontiv. It's pasuk in Shoftim. Mishnah poseches chavisa. Person opens up a barrel of wine, chaver. He wants to sell it on Yontif in Yerushalayim. Whoever comes sort of touches the wine. Even Amei Haaretz are there. Or a maskil b'sosol gava regel. Person makes a dough, beginning of Yontif. Rav Yehuda Yigmor. You can finish even after Yontif the wine or the dough. Everybody's a chaver, can treat a chaver on Yontif. But if he touches it after Yontif, lemafreya, it might be tummy. Chachamim lo yigmar. The Chachamim say no, he shouldn't use it after Yontif. Yazar Rav Yitzchak Nafcha, Akila de Rav Yitzchak Nafcha. Pasuk Chad V'Amar. Mar she'en echel regelach. Can you wait until the following Yontif? Everybody's touching it. You're going to wait from Sukkot to Pesach? What do you mean? Even now on Yontif, everyone's touching it. There's no comparison. They made a special dispensation for Ami Arts on Yontif that their touch is tar. But El Hashta after Yontif Tmeihi. Nema Ketanoi. Let us say that this issue is Machlekes Tanoi. The Tani Chadi Anechan Regel Acher. One Tana says you can leave it to the next Yontif. Tanidich Lo Yanechan Regel Acher. My love Tanoi. Is it Machlekes Tanoi? Lo. Hadi Tani Anechana is Rab Yehuda. V'hadi Tani Lo Yanechan Rabbonim, which is the same Machlekes. Feitimor V'Tizra, could that be? Harab Yehuda Yigmor Ka'amai. He only said you could finish the original stuff that was opened, but not the new stuff. Rab Yehuda. Rab Yehuda doesn't allow you to leave it over. You don't have to put it down. So the terminology of lo yanichena is tight to mean you don't have to put it down. However, Mishnah says, Mishnah over a regel, Mavir Altar Sazar. After Yontif, the cleaning crew goes up to the Azor and cleans everything from Tumah. Oval a regel Yom HaShishi. If it's Friday, Lo Yom Mavirin. They wouldn't do it on Friday, they would wait until after Shabbos. Minei Kvad HaShabbos. Lo B'Yom Chamishi Shein HaKohanim Pnuyim. The Kohanim are also busy, taking out all the ashes that were loaded up on Yontif with all the carbonas that were brought. How did they make everything tahor in the Azar? They would put it in the mikvah. They warned everybody, the shulchan of lechem aponim, that if you're tummy, don't touch it. All kelim had like duplicates and triplicates. The duplicates were brought out if the first ones were tummy. They could all be put in the mikveh except the golden mizbech in the base in the heichal. Mizbech on the choshes, the big mizbech outside in the Azara, because they're considered chibur lakarka, and therefore they don't become tamei. They shenke karka. They're Eliezer. The chachamim are they shen mitzupin. Different reason, because they're covered with gold. Gemara will explain why. Tana hizar shamatigu b'shulchan. They warned everybody, don't touch the shulchan. Uvam noira. And they warned people not to touch the menorah. The Tani did that, my time alotani menorah. How come our time didn't mention the menorah? And for the Gemara Shulchan Ksiv Beit Tamid, because it has to be there permanently. Therefore, you can't take it away to put in the mikveh. Menorah lo Ksiv Beit Tamid, so therefore it's not a problem to put in the mikveh. The one who includes the menorah, even the Ksiv Esam Menorah, Noichach HaShulchan. 1 second. Wow, it's warm. Since the Torah refers to the menorah being opposite the shulchan, command chsiv batami dami. So the idech, what does the other mandamars hold? When it says noichach hashulchan, holding bola makom udasa. They have to tell you where the menorah was placed. Now, why don't we say that we don't have to worry about the tuhuma of the tar of the shulchan, because v'tepikle dekliya eitz asu lenachasu. Think about your wooden china closet. You don't move that. It's a kli that's meant not to be moved. A wooden kli like that does not become tummy. So a shulchan's like that. Now my time, do me the sack. Every kli is like a sack. A sack can be carried empty and full. A kli that's going to become tameh has to be able to be carried empty and full. The shulchan atami it can't be carried. However, the Gemara says no. Here we have to be told, Hizaru, be careful not to be metame, because they did carry the shulchan, both empty and full. Kiresh Lakish. Darmesh Lakish might receive ala shulchan tahor. Why do you have to tell me that the shulchan is tor? I have to have a mean it's tameh. It shouldn't be tameh because it's a wooden kli that's meant to rest. So on Yom Tif, when Klal Yisrael would come, they would pick up the shulchan atamid. They would show them the miracle of lechem aponim that would stay fresh. Look how Kodesh Baruch Hu loves you. Siluko kesiduro. It's as fresh a week later when they remove it as when they put it down. There was a great miracle. Kesiduro kach siluko. Shenemar lasum lechem chom biyom hilakho. That the bread was fresh even the day that it was taken. Why don't we say that the shulchan can become tameh not because they can carry it, because it was covered in a metal. If some of the golden covering was diminished, or they covered it in marble, and they didn't cover where they put the koises in tameh. Only the place where the meat and the bread are placed on the table, then it's considered a klietz. But a klietz that's covered with its covering, it's like a klietz covered with like a tor stone. Just like a stone is tor, the shulchan becomes tor. Similarly, a klietz that's engraved with metal should be tor as well. However, it's tameh because of its gold. Maybe this kind of wood that the shulchan was made is not bottled to the gold, and maybe it remains in a state of tahara. But by these kind of wood, it's not bottled to dissolve. All types of wood were bottled to dissolve. One type of covering will last and doesn't move from its place, and another is one that does not last. And since it can be removed, it's not mevatel to the shulchan. Well, that itself, does do you cover all of it or not? It's never bottled. Or in all cases, it's bottled to the metal covering. and therefore it should be able to be makabel tumah. A shiny shulchan, the rachmana karya eitz. We don't care that you covered in gold, since the Torah itself uses the word eitz, and we'll see where it does that. It does not become bottle. It remains klietz, does become bottle for the metal.
Shkoyach.
Tomorrow,
Excellent.
Yirtz Hashem, we'll finish the block.
Start Yuvamas.
Maybe we'll start just to stay a little bit ahead.
Okay.
And then we know Monday, March 21, Harold has the siyum, and everybody, make sure everybody sends me their daf. I mean, which masechta they're finishing, so I make sure everything is covered. Tomorrow will be at 8 o'clock.
Sounds good. Laila Tov.
Laila tov, everybody. Shkoyach.